It's hard to believe this is already the 10th episode of Sports Corner, and as you can see, I'm starting the episode with a brand new desk. It's also fitting that this milestone episode is going to be about one of the most famous sporting events in the world, so let's get right to it. The Masters have ended and we now have a new champion. 25-year-old Scottie Scheffler was in control the whole weekend, ending the tournament with 10 under par and earning the green jacket. Scheffler got his first PGA Tour win at the Phoenix Open 2 months ago and has now won 4 of his last 6 starts. He's currently ranked number 1 in the world. Finishing 3 strokes behind Scheffler was Rory McIlroy. McIlroy had an incredible bunker chip-in on his 18th and final hole of the weekend, putting him in second place. Not only that, his final round tied the Masters' final round record with just 64 strokes. Both of these golfers, without a doubt, had an incredible weekend, but another major feat happened away from the scoreboard. Tiger Woods, in his first tournament back, was able to finish all 72 holes over the course of the weekend. Fans and spectators could see Woods grimacing and visibly in pain by the end of the weekend. And Tiger finished with a career-worst 13 over par, which landed him in 47th on the leaderboard. All scores and stats aside, simply playing and finishing the tournament is an incredible feat for a man who just 14 months ago was fearful he might have to amputate his right leg. After the tournament, Tiger told the media he won't be playing a full schedule ever again, but he will still be playing the big events. He did confirm he will be playing at St. Andrews Open in July, so we only have to wait a short while to watch the legend tee off again. The roars from the crowd at the final 18th hole of the weekend were inspiring and honestly emotional. And I, for one, am very happy we have not seen the last of Tiger Woods on a golf course. Baseball is in full swing again, and we got treated to some great early games. The Angels had a bit of a slow start, losing the first series against the Houston Astros. The Halos were only able to pull out 1 win in the series and lost one of the games by 7 runs. One silver lining of that series was Mike Trout hitting his first home run of the year in the Angels' first win on Sunday. Anaheim then went on to win 2 more games against the Marlins, including a thrilling victory on Tuesday afternoon that included a walk-off single to win the game. Fun fact about this particular game, the starting pitcher that earned the win for the Angels, Patrick Sandoval, is a graduate of Mission Viejo High School and an old teammate of mine. Just up the freeway, the Dodgers had a rocky start against the Colorado Rockies over the weekend. LA went just 1-2 against Colorado, but then won 2 straight against the Minnesota Twins. The Dodgers are now in Game 2 of a 4-game series with Cincinnati. Our neighbors to the south, the Padres, have had an opposite start to the season. After losing their first game of the year to the Diamondbacks, San Diego won 4 straight games, including 3 against Arizona and 1 against the San Francisco Giants. They're now in the middle of a new series with the 2021 champion Atlanta Braves. If you missed Sports Corner last week, I predicted at least 2 of these 3 SoCal teams will make the playoffs, so I'll continue to check in with the stats and scores from around the league. The NBA playoff play-in games were this week, and we have most of our seeding set. The play-in games are a new addition to the NBA season as of last year. The process is slightly confusing, but generally speaking, it's a 2-game tournament to determine the 8th and final seeds for both the East and West conferences. The first round started on Tuesday when the Brooklyn Nets beat the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Minnesota Timberwolves won over the LA Clippers. Then, on Wednesday night, the Atlanta Hawks handedly beat the Charlotte Hornets, and the New Orleans Pelicans defeated the San Antonio Spurs. The second round of games takes place tonight to see who will sneak into the playoffs, so these games are of high importance. At 4:30 p.m., the Hawks will take on the Cavs, and the winner will go on to play the Eastern number 1 seed Miami Heat. And at 7 p.m., the Pelicans will play the Clippers, where the winner moves on to play the Western number 1 seed, the Phoenix Suns. A little confusing, I know. Lastly, Saturday is the official start to the first round of playoffs, and here is the slate for this weekend. For the second week in a row, I'm going to make another prediction. I believe the Phoenix Suns will be representing the Western Conference in the NBA Finals for the second straight year. Now, moving away from that jumble of team names, there was an interesting storyline revolving around the Anaheim Ducks earlier this week. The Ducks have already been eliminated from playoff contention this year, but still have just a couple more games to power through before the end of the season. On Tuesday night, the Ducks played the Florida Panthers. The Ducks' 28-year-old goaltender, John Gibson, was the star of the show, as he broke a franchise record with 52 saves on the night. This story is also interesting because, despite that historic performance, the Ducks still managed to lose the game in overtime. Gibson hasn't had a winning performance since March 1st, and as a Ducks fan myself, just got to make it through a couple more games and just look ahead to next season. To close this episode, I would like to take a moment to reflect on a tragic loss in the sports world. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskins passed away early on the morning of April 9th after he was struck by a vehicle in South Florida. Teammates, coaches, and several others across the sports world were quick to comment on the situation, stating that Haskins was an incredible teammate, friend, and someone who had a major impact on the community. He was known for his infectious personality, and former teammate Ben Roethlisberger describes him as, quote, a young man that didn't seem to ever have a bad day, end quote. All sports fans' hearts go out to the Haskins family, friends, teammates, and all of the Steelers organization. To all of you, I thank you again for joining me for now 10 episodes of Sports Corner. Tune in every Friday for more sports news and updates right here on Village Television. I'm Cole Young, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.